and I'm excited to take on this honor of speaking to you all this morning. When Amy emailed me and asked if I could do this, I was a little hesitant because if you know me, I usually just sing and get right on stage. But I will take this opportunity to speak something into you all, and I only hope I leave you with something you can carry on in your daily lives. The theme for this morning is the King's Legacy, the purpose of education. Getting educated isn't only happening in a classroom. When you hear the definition of education, which is the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, beliefs, and habits, educational methods include teaching, training, and storytelling, discussion, and directed research. Think about how just a minute ago you were educated on something. Every individual in this room has something to teach someone. Therefore, you are educating someone else on a topic they may not even know. The people receiving the education is simply learning. Can you imagine how different the school systems would be if they actually focused on education? I think we can agree that the education system often goes off track and forgets what's really important, and that is simply to educate. Nowadays, the focus is the drama, and who gets fired, or the ratio, the lack of creativity, not giving the kids a chance to learn or be creative. Everything is just rushed. In my generation, back when I was in grade school, even to high school, some of my teachers just weren't patient. And from experience, I've been told I have to get it the first time. And because there's no structure to the course, it makes it even harder to learn. Dr. King says the function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. How can any person think critically about anything if they aren't being taught or challenged to do so to begin with? It's time to start making the uncomfortable comfortable. Ask questions like, what can we do to raise retention? How can we make the minorities more comfortable at universities? When will we realize that some of the staff that are glorified are the ones that potentially hold us back or having people hold positions that will do more harm than good? In today's society in general, we do a lot of talking about needing and wanting change. So let's highlight the real reasonings and possibilities of why things are the way they are. Anyone can just sit in a classroom, in a meeting, and even on a conference call and not retain the information. It's time for more leaders with patience and understanding, who wants to educate instead of lazy people in the education system that just doesn't have a clue. Do you think Dr. King was lazy or oblivious? He knew what needed to be done. To be an educator, you have to be willing to educate. And that's where a lot of us educators fall short. Don't take advantage of the position you have in a person's life. Fulfill your purpose, not only for them, but for yourself. Dr. King also says, intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. To have character and it actually display in your demeanor, you have to have faith in yourself and firmly believe in who you are. And that brings me to my second point. Dr. King says faith is to take the first step, even when you don't use the whole staircase. When we hit a rough patch in life, we tend to feel all hope is gone and we lose faith. As a student here at Clarion, I've often been in battles where I felt I had to give up. I simply lost faith in myself and in my education. But this also pertains to everyone in this room, not just those who are students. How many times have you tried to accomplish something, but after the first attempt, you wanted to give up? It could be because it wasn't what you were expecting, not enough support. It could be many things, but the key is to stay faithful to yourself and to your dream. Take the next step. Nothing amazing happens overnight. It takes time. You know that expression, there's always light at the end of the tunnel? When we feel the urge to give up, know that there is light in the end. Dr. King fought for equality, for all of us to be treated equal. When he did that I Have a Dream speech, he alone was speaking. His vision, his voice, his character led him to that podium, and he said, I have a dream. Notice that he said I. Now it's funny because just last night I was in this group chat with a few friends, and they sent in this picture with some really thoughtful words, and I just felt I should share it with you guys this morning. There are 3 essential qualities required for turning your real life into your dream. Delusion, persistence, and gratitude. Delusion will give you the faith when there is absolutely nothing in your present life that indicates you should believe. It is absolutely all in your head. Persistence will provide strength to keep going. Gratitude allows you to appreciate all that you have and the achievement of your goals, both small and large. What you think about, you bring about. The positive energy generated by your gratitude will yield more blessings, and you will see that your dream will continually unfold. Get out of your own way. A minute ago, I mentioned a staircase in the beginning quote from the King himself. It takes steps to reach to the top. We live in a world where we can't depend on others. It's up to us to be successful and lead others to do the same. It only takes one person to make a change. And Dr. King's legacy still lives and will live forever. Remain faithful, be open to educating, and any dream you may have, you can make it happen. Thank you.